Yep. You already know who it is. King Ade. It's the Wizards Review. We're here again, man. Game 2. You know what I mean? And you already know, man. I was hoping I was going to come here today talking about a win. But unfortunately, it's another loss, man. We 0-2. We 0-2, man. So, you know, man, I'm just going to get right into it, man. You know how I do. We win a game. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start with what I don't like and then finish with what I do like, what I did like. If we lose a game, I'm going to start with what I did like and finish it off with what I didn't like. So we're going to start with what I liked about this game, all right? Number one, man, you know what I mean? Bradley Beal, consistent, you know what I mean? Hit us with another 39. You know what I mean? Like, that's just one thing we could depend on as Wizards fans. We know that Bradley Beal's going to come through. He's going to do what he needs to do, man. He's going to give us at least 30. I mean, that's what it's looking like. 30 is like a minimum for him. So I definitely like that. I like the ball movement for a lot of the game. You know what I'm saying? I like we were sharing the ball, getting the ball to the hot shooters. As I said, Bradley Beal ball. But a lot of it was due to the ball movement. So I definitely like that. I definitely like Coach Brooks, you know, making sure he had Bill or he had Westbrook in the game. Sometimes both, but at least one in the game at all times. That's what I remember. I hope that, you know what I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I think at least one of them was in the game all the time. So we definitely always want to have one of them playing. So I definitely like that. And I like Westbrook's energy overall. You know what I'm saying? One thing you could tell is he definitely gets the team hyped. He's always on go. You know what I mean? Another triple-double or like another triple-double. Just doing what he got to do. You know, rebounds, assists. And, you know, like some of the lineups, and I'm going to get into it. You know what I mean? But some of the lineups, although he's a point guard, you know what I mean? He wasn't really a point guard in some of those lineups. He was like the 3 or even the 4. You know what I mean? So, but he showed a lot of versatility, and I definitely like that about him. You know what I mean? So, and then I like one thing I think is slept on, but I think is going to be highlighted as the season goes on, is our point guard depth. We got point guards. Like, we got Westbrook, we got Ish Smith, we got Neto. You know what I mean? Those are 3 solid point guards. And, you know, Neto in the second quarter, he was big for us, man. You know what I mean? And so, you know what I mean? I definitely like that. I definitely like that moving forward. That we have point guard depth. We just got to use it better. And I'm about to get into some of the things. And this goes into some of the stuff that I didn't like. So, might as well get into it. It's the 2 things, man. It's like a broken record. It's like I'm saying the same shit that I said the last game. But it's turnovers and defense. Those are the reasons we lost the game. Well, 2 of the reasons. I'm going to say the 3rd reason why we lost the game. But turnovers and defense. We can't lose games like that. So I definitely didn't like that. And then the reason we lost the game, though, is free throws. We missed too many free throws. It was like 50. It seemed like 50% at the line. So that's definitely why we lost the game. If we made, like, you know, the league average 70, 80% of the free throws, if we still lost the game, it would have been much closer than what it was. You know what I mean? So these are professionals, man. Like, I don't know if it's the beginning of the season. I don't know what's going on, but a lot of the reason why we lost the game was because of free throws. So we definitely got to get that under control. We got to get that together. Another thing I didn't like, man, is I love Russell Westbrook, man. I love his energy. I love what he brings to the table. But one thing he got to do better, well, 2 things. You know, you got to cut down the turnovers, man. Like, sometimes you got to make the simple pass. As the season goes on, you know, you can do a lot of the, you know, behind the back, you know what I mean, quick, like you got to get the chemistry. But before you get that chemistry, you know what I mean, just make a simple pass. You know what I mean? A couple of those turnovers were unnecessary. You know what I mean? You still would have had a triple-double if you didn't make some of those difficult passes. You know what I mean? But you had a little bit too many turnovers. But even worse than that, though, is the shot selection. Too many bad shots. Like, I feel like, just watching the first two games, I feel like if the Wizards if Westbrook shoots like second most, first most, even maybe third most on the team on a nightly basis, we're not going to have a good chance of winning the game. He has to be more of a facilitator. He doesn't have a good shot. He's a very athletic point guard. He definitely makes a lot of the right plays when he's not trying to do too much. But that shot, that's something he's just not going to get, man. You know what I mean? Like, you got to understand that. Like, you know that, and if he's going to shoot the ball, he got to do that mid-range, because that's when he's at his best, when he's hitting shots. Like him hitting threes, he's going to have a couple good nights over the season, because they're NBA players. And I've seen Westbrook have, sometimes spectacular nights here and there at the three. But for the most part, he don't really need to be shooting threes like that. He needs to be getting the ball to the rest of the play. You know what I mean? Instead of getting 15 assists, get 20 assists. You know what I mean? And take 5 less shots a game. You know what I mean? But too many bad shots. I mean, the field goal percentages is unacceptable. Like, we can't have that if we think we're going to do well this season. So that's one thing I definitely didn't like. And then the last thing I didn't like, I don't know when Terrence Ross became MJ. I don't recall him becoming Kobe Bryant all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? We got to play defense. We got to play defense, man. Like, we can't let dudes like this. Not to say he's a bum, because Terrence Ross nice, he got game. But the way he was balling tonight, I'm like, yo, man, we can't let that happen, man. We gave up 130. You know what I mean? We can't win giving up 130 points. You know what I mean? And part of the reason we're giving up 130 is because we're giving up points to dudes like Terrence Ross. You know what I'm saying? We got to cut that down. We got to cut that out. So, fortunately, we play these guys tomorrow. So you're going to see me around the same time tomorrow, and we're going to break it down again. You know what I mean? But I definitely need to see those adjustments. Oh, and one other thing I didn't like. Did I mention that? Oh, yeah, I didn't mention that. I have to mention that. Good thing I almost forgot. But some of the lineups that Scott Brooks was going to, you know what I mean? Like, I saw potential in the small lineups, the small ball lineups here and there. I saw something. But overall, we can't be experimenting right now, man. We need to get this win. We can't be experimenting with bad, small lineups. Well, it's clearly we're overmatched. We're getting out rebounded. You know what I mean? We're giving up second chance points. And then on top of that, you play like Ish Smith, he had a good game. But there has to be a time where you got to know, okay, man, he's been in the game too long. We got to take somebody else, take him out and put somebody else in. As a matter of fact, in the second half, Neto didn't even really play, if he played at all. When he had the second quarter the way he had to get in the game. Like, how do you not play him after he had a second quarter like that? And you leave Ish Smith out there too long. Scott Brooks have to be more aware of his player management. He just does, because I've seen this movie before. It ain't like this the first time he's had this issue. Like, it's like he forgets who he has on his bench, man. He needs to walk up and down the bench and look people in the eye or something when he's coaching, man. So he makes sure he gets players that was balling in the first half. In the second half, when we need scoring, when we need some continuity. You know what I mean? When we need to rest Ish Smith. He shouldn't have been in the game as long as he was. You know what I mean? Scott Brooks has to have a better feel for the game and feel of when to sub people out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it was just me, but I think anybody watching the game could see, okay, Ish Smith, he's having a good game, he had a good run. All right, man, it's time to put somebody else in, whether it's Westbrook or even Neto to spell Westbrook a little longer. But we got to make a switch right now so we don't, so the momentum that he's brought up goes down. We can't have that. You know what I mean? So Scott Brooks got to do a better job of that, man. Like, just managing his bench, knowing, like I said, one of the things I like, our deep rotation at point guard. You know what I mean? Ish Smith shouldn't have been in the game that long, man. You know what I mean? He shouldn't have been in the game that long. So, those are definitely the things I didn't like, man. again, man, I'm just hoping that tomorrow when we play Orlando again in Orlando, that we clean up these mistakes. We hit free throws. Like, we hit free throws, we're gonna win the game. Like, Orlando ain't like that. They're not better than us. Or it's just, you know what I mean? Even though they beat us last year 4 times, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I was sick that we lost this game. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a lot of doing too much here and there. You know what I mean? So we got to do better. Scott Brooks got to do better with the rotation. But I think we're going to pull the win out tomorrow. I think we're going to clean it up. I think, you know, losing 2 in a row is going to leave a bad taste in the mouth, and they're going to respond. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to get back on here to talk about it. You know what I mean? So again, man, this is King Ade, the Wizards Review, man. I'm hoping you enjoy the content. If you do, man, I would appreciate if you like, you know, share, subscribe to the channel. Definitely subscribe to the channel, man. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get things more popping. You know what I mean? As time goes on, man. But again, I appreciate those watching and those who share and those who like. Again, this is King Ade. I'll see you next game. Peace.